Hello and welcome to 340 Paddler, yet another edition trying to look at how to outfit yourself for the 340. First, you need a mug like this one, or a shirt like this one, rivermiles.com. Anyway, I just throw it in there to see who's paying attention. What I want to talk about today is what I do to set up my PFD. There are certain things that I want on my person during the race for a variety of reasons, and some of them I see as being overlooked. You may have different ideas than I do. I'm just kind of throwing my setup out there. I will talk about PFDs in general in a later video. So this is the PFD I raced with last year. This is a Moki Racer, I believe is the name of it, PFD. Yeah, Moki Racer, there you go. The tag's still in it. And this PFD worked really well for me during the 340 this year. I had another one I upgraded, but the basics of how I outfit it are really the same. On the chest, I keep a dive knife. And otherwise, I would recommend just a cheap knife. I happen to get this one fairly inexpensively. It locks in, which is nice, so it's not going to fall out. Why carry a knife? Basically, what I want is something on me to, for example, if I fall out of the boat and my leg leash gets caught on me, I want to be able to cut it off and know where that knife is. If I pull up on a sandbar and I'm trying to do a quick repair, I can use this as a screwdriver, as a saw, I can use it as a knife, whatever else. There's a number of reasons to keep a knife on you ultimately at the 340. And this actually came in handy for the boat repairs that I had to do in 16 when my boat sank at Cooper's. So I keep that on my chest, on my PFD. On the Moki, it's on a Velcro. On my older PFD, it actually had a knife buckle, which was nice. I also keep on here a 120 decibel rescue whistle. I don't keep much in the way of rescue gear on me, but this one's important. And I don't use this during the 340 so much as I use it when I'm out on the water training. It tends to get people's attention at 120 decibels. And by the way, don't let your toddler have this. It's going to be bad. Just trust me. Just take it from experience. It's not a good thing. The neighbors will never forgive me. Anyway, I got this from the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary for like $3 at Canoecopia. You can pick them up fairly cheaply. The Coast Guard is always giving them away or selling them inexpensively. And I use this primarily to get people's attention. So if I see a jet skier or a boater coming too close, it looks like they're going to be a problem, this comes out. I keep it on my vest for the 340 in case at night a safety boat's looking for me, or even during the daytime if I'm up in the brush and a safety boat might be looking for me, or I'm in the water. This is going to be loud enough to catch their attention, even probably over the engine noise of the safety boat. So very small investment, but very important. Flashlight. I keep a flashlight. It's a little mini mag light tied off to the vest. You can ignore the earphones, which is what's left of them from last year. But this is primarily for signaling. I'll be honest, I don't use a flashlight during the 340. For the most part, if you hear things, you pretty much know where not to be. And as long as you're in the middle of the river at night, you're probably not going to be in trouble. But primarily it's there for signaling. Again, safety boat or something else, or reading my GPS at night, because if I leave it lit, it eats up batteries very fast, so I can light up the GPS and see that. I can also check on hallucinations and that sort of thing. You just want to be very careful with shining a flashlight during the 340. You will lose your night vision, and that will be worse than missing anything else you would see. Ultimately, I usually also keep a couple of things. I have a dry case for an iPod in here. But these are my basics. And then the one other thing that I always have on me is going to be my cell phone. And I don't always attach it to the PFD. What I usually do is I put it in a dry bag with a lanyard, put the lanyard around my neck, and then the bag goes in the front pocket of the PFD. The reason is very simple. This phone could be what saves my butt if I get into trouble. So the last thing I want to do if I fall out of the boat is be separated from this. So I make sure that it's attached two ways. It's attached via lanyard around my neck, and then it's put into the pocket of the PFD. So that's basically how I outfit my PFD. You can always change things up a little bit. There's other things too that aren't necessary. This Moki allows me to put a small water bag in the back of the PFD. It has a huge pocket in the front where I tend to keep food and things, medications, things that I need to get at quickly. But I will talk about the Moki a little bit later on. That's basically how I outfit. The rule is very simple. Anything that I cannot live without, that if I'm stuck on a sandbar without a boat I need to have on me, I make sure is physically attached to me in some way that I'm not going to lose it. So, that's 340 Paddler for the day. Keep your paddle in the water.